Welcome back. Well, if focusing on self-care is one of your New Year's resolutions, protecting your inner peace, that's a great place to start. And you're not sure how to do that? Maybe you aren't, or exactly even what that means. Well, here to lead us to a happier, healthier version of ourselves in 2024 is intuitive guidance teacher and coach, the one, the only, India Leigh. Hi, India.
Hi.
You have such a calming energy about you. I want to clap for you, but thank you for being here.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here.
Well, let's start with talking about protecting our inner personal peace. What does that mean?
Well, so your personal peace, it's all about how you feel in your energy. You know, we have 4 bodies. We have our physical body, our emotional body, we have our mental body, and we have our spirit body. And it is a valid plane of our existence here on Earth, you know. And that energy is affected by so many things that we aren't taught enough about.
Sure.
You know, it's affected by our thoughts, it's affected by each other, our environment, what we spend our time doing, it all affects our energy. And 2023 was really the year where we all collectively in some way or another came into an awareness, an acute awareness of the things that contribute to that peaceful energy and the things that challenge that peaceful energy.
Well, you were telling me too, sorry to interrupt, that do not worry, 2023 was hard. 2024 is going to be a little bit better for everyone.
So much better.
Okay, good.
Exponentially better.
Yes.
We have astrologically a few things contributing to that. You know, whether you believe in astrology or not, it's sort of like the weather of energy.
Yeah.
Right? So the climate of the astrological energy has just improved so much.
Yeah.
We have some key planets going direct after being retrograde for a long time, and these planets have to do with our abundance, our ability to receive good things. And in the past year, they really were in positions to challenge us, make us look at our relationships, make us look at our inner patterns, our limiting beliefs, our fears. And
I did, for sure.
Oh, we all
did. I feel like, are there certain, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, but are there certain astrological signs that are going to have a really good year, better than others?
Okay, well, the planet of Jupiter has gone direct.
Okay.
And so that really affects everyone.
Okay.
But I will say that there are some signs that do kind of have a little charm energy right now, and that's Libra, Aries. Things are going to really lighten up for Taurus and Scorpio, so
nice.
They've had a hard time.
Okay, I like that. I think a lot of people can probably relate to that and feel that. Talk to me why it's so hard for a lot of us to prioritize our peace and our energy.
Well, the main reason is we're not taught to. We are actively taught and have been for years and centuries to prioritize others. And, you know, we all hear the self-care cliche of you have to put your own mask on before you can help somebody else. That is so true energetically. And so we have to reteach ourselves. And you can see us kind of teaching our children this. Listen to yourself, listen to your own emotions, listen to your own energy. And in teaching our children, we can see ways that we really were not directly taught to do that. There were a lot of reasons. In the past, we had, you know, historical reasons going back to world wars where it was like you can't put yourself first, and it wasn't possible. But we are now in the time, fortunately, where we have the luxury, many of us, to be able to focus on our own energy first so that we can benefit everybody around us more.
I love that, India. That feels like good news too. And let's talk about ways to identify people or things that aren't serving our personal space. How do we do that?
Well, the number one thing to listen to is your body.
Okay.
Because your body will tell you. When you're connecting with someone who just, for whatever reason, it's not, you know, that they're bad. It's that your energy and their energy makes a cocktail that triggers something in you that taps into fear or taps into a limiting belief and replays old stories about yourself that you really want to move forward from. There's something about that. There are 2 ways to deal with it. If it's a safe relationship where you can be nice and vulnerable and you could say, man, there's something about us together that triggers this, and you both can rise to the challenge of talking about it, great. If it's a relationship where that is not possible, and that's what many of these kind of not healthy dynamics are, the other person's not they don't get it, or they just find it a personal affront,
yes,
then you have to look inside yourself and go, well, this showed this dynamic showed me this about myself.
Right.
And now it's time for me to detach and grow elsewhere. And there is a loving way to do that.
Yes.
Although, we can't always make everybody feel great about it.
Well, I was going to say, I love that you two are taking it from the personal responsibility, because it feels like we have more control over the outcome. I could talk to you all day, but we have to wrap. So I have to bring you back, India, so we can get through all these other questions that I had for you. But thank you so much for being here and giving us a little bit of insight on how we can protect our peace moving forward in 2024, and that it's going to be a good year.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, my friend.
Much
Okay.
better.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. After the break.